Hello, my name is Shubham Singh, currently a first year student at IIM Trichy, and today I'll be talking about an important economic issue that our country is currently facing. So imagine this. In just a few years, the Indian rupee has moved from around 82 to over 95 against the US dollar. That's not just a number, it signals deeper shift in India's economy and global finances also. So the real question is not just why the rupee is falling, but what forces are driving it. Let's start simple. Rupee depreciation means the currency is losing value relative to the US dollar, which means India needs more rupees to pay for the same imports, the same debt, and the same global transactions. Now let's break this down, not as isolated points, but as a system of forces. First would be external sector pressure. This is the most structural driver. India runs a trade deficit, so we are importing more than we export. That creates a constant demand for US dollar. Now add oil to this equation also. India imports over 80 to 85% of its crude oil to meet its energy demands. So when oil prices rise, our dollar requirements spike immediately. This is not a temporary thing. This is built into the system. Second is capital flows. India depends on foreign capital to finance this gap. Recently we have seen over $19 billion of capital outflows from India. But this is not just panic. It's global reallocation. When US interest rates rise, money moves to the US. So the equation becomes simple: less inflows, more dollar demand, and the rupee weakens. So, third would be market expectations. Currencies don't move only on data, but they move on beliefs also. So, if investors are expecting depreciation, they exit early, which creates a cycle. Expectations lead to outflow, and outflow leads to more depreciation. This is a self reinforcing loop. So, fourth would be global dollar strength. This is critical. Not everything is about India. The US dollar is strong because of higher interest rates, strong economic signals, and safe haven demand for US. So even strong economies are seeing currency pressure. This is relative weakness, not an absolute failure. So, um, moving forward, fifth would be domestic constraints. India is rated triple B minus and Baa3, just above junk by Moody's and S&P Global. This signals moderate risk. So when global uncertainty rises, capitals exit markets like India first. Now the impact. On the downsides, import becomes more expensive, especially fuel. That further drives inflation. It increases businesses' costs and raises the external debt burden. So, but there is also an upside to this. Exports become more competitive. Sectors like IT and pharmaceuticals benefit. So depreciation is not entirely negative. It depends on the context. Like we can see from the example of Japan, where they devalue their currency deliberately. Now, policy response. The Reserve Bank of India does not work on fixing the rupee, it just work on managing volatility by using reserves, controlling liquidity, and stabilizing markets. So, what's the takeaway from this whole conversation? So, the takeaway would be that rupee depreciation is not just driven by one force factor. It is the outcome of structural imbalances, capital movements, global dollar strengths, and investor expectations also. And the key insight would be the rupee is not just a currency, it is a reflection of India's position in the global economy. Thank you.